you can call me Sanini, and welcome back. You guys really liked my Sonic persona and my brothers from the shorts I posted on here on TikTok, which I'm super duper happy about. I absolutely adore my persona so much, and I'm so glad you guys like her too. I came up with the idea of making my whole family into Sonic characters, and I'm currently working on that as well. When I finish those designs, I'll probably post a small short on here on TikTok as well, so just wait for that. I will be mainly going over her basic backstory and who she would be friends with in the Sonic franchise. Warning! I'm mainly a fan from the 3 movies plus a bit of Sonic Boom. I'm not a die-hard huge fan, but I enjoy the movies, so I'm just having fun. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and maybe even subscribe. My goal is 50 subscribers before the year ends. With all that out of the way, let's get to it. For this video, I wanted to color in some messy sketches of my persona actually fighting with her weapon that I made for her. I don't normally ever draw people in action, so I thought I should practice that, and honestly, I hate it so much, it's annoying. I started crashing out midway, so I drew her in these cute maid uniforms I found on Pinterest instead. Even though I'm not drawing her weapon in this video, I still want to talk about it because I really like her weapon. Her weapon is a shield in disguise of an umbrella. She uses it to reflect attacks and weapons thrown her way. I gave myself a shield because honestly I can't see myself using a sword or some cool weapon. I designed the shield to my liking, of course, making it all cutesy and covered in cute frills, and I really wish I had this in real life. I love it so much. On my persona herself, her official name is Fauna. She's a white-tailed deer and grew up in the woods. I kind of figured she would grow up in the woods more isolated because she's a deer and such. I'm still developing her backstory, but these are the basics I gotten down so far. But, you can tell I'm excited, She met her potential love interest, Knuckles, I love him so much. She actually officially met Knuckles when she was collecting some herbs and berries for lunch. She caught him training from afar, and as typical, she broke a branch Knuckles heard, and when he turned around, he saw her hiding in a bush. When they did first interact, it was pretty awkward because Fauna didn't talk to much people and Knuckles didn't talk to much people because they were both very isolated from people for a long time. But they eventually and kind of quickly hit it off. To actually continue off with Knuckles and Fauna, they were both stupidly shy, like super shy. It is in fact canon that Knuckles' weakness is girls. That's a canon thing, so he would be shy. And Fauna is a reflection of me. And I am pretty shy, but I want to exaggerate the story a bit, so I'm making Fauna more shy. But besides that, she's basically me. And also, as typical in some love stories, everyone knew they had feelings for each other but Knuckles and Fauna themselves. And it eventually just became a game of who was going to confess first. Yeah, it's very typical, but I think it's cute for them. I like to think Sonic and the others did bets on who would confess first. P.S. It was Knuckles. But when Knuckles and Fauna finally got together, they were still kinda shy, but that's just natural. But otherwise, they were very loving and very silly. Knuckles would help Fauna be more blunt and assertive, while Fauna would help him be more vulnerable and gentle when he needs to be. So I think they would be a really healthy couple. Finally, starting off with someone who isn't Knuckles, let's do the classic Sonic. I do feel like Sonic and Fauna would get along quite well. Go out for food randomly and have random talking sessions that could last for a long time. But Amy and Fauna are besties, you cannot tell me otherwise. They will go out often. Tea parties, shop, they would talk about Knuckles and Sonic together. I love them, they're cuties, they're besties. Fauna and Tails would be rather friendly, but not as close as Amy. She would listen to Tails talk about his inventions and ideas while she brushes his tails. She would see him as some sort of younger brother, and Tails would oddly see her as a big sister. Fauna and Shadow are decent. They can hang out and chat, but they aren't super close. Which they are both fine with that at the moment. Maybe that will change in the future, but I'm not fully sure. I just can't see Fauna and Shadow as pretty close friends, but rather more like acquaintances. Fauna and Rouge would be good friends, I like to think. Rouge would definitely help Fauna with her confidence directly or indirectly. Her, Fauna, Amy, and Blaze would hang out often. Speaking of Blaze, I feel like Fauna and Blaze would have a deeper kind of friendship. Like they can sit in comfortable silence for hours on end. They can be doing their own thing, but they like each other's presence the most. They don't have to talk to enjoy each other's company. Those are the main friendships I came up with. As you can see, or more like hear, Fauna is friendly with mainly everyone, but each friendship has a different dynamic that I'm really happy with. I didn't want Fauna to be besties with everyone, that wouldn't really be realistic, but I feel like she would be at least friendly with everyone. Fauna doesn't really have enemies, she's too much of a scaredy cat to have one. Maybe Eggman, but she just doesn't really like him like everyone else. Something I would also like to mention is how Fauna actually got her iconic dress. The small backstory of Fauna's dress is when Amy first took her shopping. Amy noticed Fauna's clothes were pretty worn down, so she took her to get some new clothes. The dress that Fauna now wears almost all the time is one of the first things she actually saw in the mall. She immediately liked it and wanted it immediately. She wears it all the time, like I said, and treats it like gold. And how Fauna got her weapon? Maybe Tails made it, I'm not really sure. Maybe she got it on a mission or something. But I don't have a solid story on how she got her weapon yet. You guys are gonna get sick of me, but I got more on Fauna and Knuckles, please just bear with me. I have a feeling Knuckles learned he had a crush in the first place is because of Rouge. Knuckles was like telling Rouge about how he felt around Fauna, and like he thought he was maybe sick, or he thought something was wrong with him, like he was allergic to Fauna or something like that. But when Rouge told him that's how a crush feels, everything made sense now. And now he was just trying to figure out how to handle it. And for Fauna, she already knew she had a crush on Knuckles herself. Like, she didn't need anyone telling her. She kind of just figured it out by herself. But the first time she was confronted about these feelings was from, of course, Amy. I'm gonna guess Amy caught Fauna staring at Knuckles or glancing at him a bit more than the usual person and finally confronted Fauna about it. But I know Amy was super duper supportive for Fauna about having a crush on Knuckles, and she would like cheer her on and stuff. Like, I just know Amy and Rouge would definitely team up to get those two together, okay? Trust. Knuckles, of course, did also tell Tails and Sonic, and he did get teased, like, that's expected. But they were supportive regardless, so that's all that matters. But let's be honest, everybody knew before Fauna and Knuckles spilled the beans, okay? It was really obvious. Like, I'm sorry y'all were really obvious. But they get together in the end, so that's all that matters. But I just know when Fauna and Knuckles first got together, Amy was definitely the most excited for them, like the most happy for Fauna and Knuckles. Like, she would be so supportive. I honestly had a lot of fun writing this script. I wrote this script at nighttime when I was about to pass out, because sometimes you just get that spark of inspiration at night. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, please consider liking and possibly subscribing. I love you all so much, and have a good day. Bye! By the way, I recorded most of this audio under a blanket and it's so hot. Like, Jesus, I'm sweating.